What's up, riders? Old Man Ronin here. Welcome back to the channel. You want to find out what's new for 22 on the Royal Enfield Himalayan? Stay tuned. You know, I thought I would begin this video by talking about the things that really haven't changed on the Himalayan, and that is the heart and soul. The little 411cc motor, I'll tell you, it's a single overhead cam, 2-valve, barely revs past 6,500 RPM, and never cranks out as much as 25 horsepower. However, you have to ask yourself, do tractors turn out that much horsepower? No, what you're looking for is gobs and gobs of torque, and that's what this little engine delivers. I like to think of it this way. It puts out 24 foot-pounds of torque at 4,000 RPM, producing more torque over its entire operating range than, believe this or not, the dual overhead cam 4-valve KTM 390 Adventure. Let the KTM rev and its horsepower will blow away the Himalayan without question. But when it comes to grunt, the Enfield is Mr. Performance. You know, like I mentioned before when I said tractor, you can take this bike almost anywhere as long as you aren't in a hurry. I know that sounds funny to say, but it's really the truth. You point the Himalayan where you want it to go, roll on the throttle, and boom, there you go. The point you make with the Himalayan is you go and you ride it for enjoyment, off-road, on-road, you know, like they say, all roads, no roads. Well, the first change that Royal Enfield did for 2022 was to swap out the Pirelli MT60s for the Seat Grip XLs. I'm not real familiar with the Seat. I know it's an Indian company and they sell a bunch of tires. But I still have my original, and you're seeing right there, my original Pirellis on, but I'm changing them. In fact, I've got some Shinko 700 series on order, and as soon as they get here, that's what I'm going to be putting on. But I have no experience, so I really can't say if they're good tires or bad tires. All I know is the people that are running them are very, very happy with them. Yes, the Himalayan gets a tripper, and you'll notice I'll put a card here of my video that I did on the Meteor 350 with the tripper, and I'll tell you, I think it has its place. There's a lot of people that have iPhones, and if you mount your iPhone to the handlebars in some of those different type of phone holders, they kind of ruin the phone. Now, I don't have any issue with my Samsung, but I'll tell you, the tripper is really good for people that's not used to using a phone or a Garmin or anything like that. You know, you can put your phone in your pocket, keep it safe, and it'll tell you turn-by-turn navigation. And of course, for 2022, they've added the tripper to the Himalayan, and I think it'll be a really good alternative to using your phone or buying a Garmin. Well, now that you have the tripper, you're going to need a new windshield. You're seeing my 2018 here, and you'll notice that it wouldn't have enough room to have that pod there. So what they did is they redesigned it. What I was told, they made it taller and also wider, which makes for a more comfortable ride for a lot of people, particularly when you hit that top speed of around 70 miles an hour. The new windshield design, like I said, is a little taller and definitely wider, and does offer better protection against buffeting. What you're seeing here is my rear luggage rack, which I use actually to put the Insta360 camera on. And other than that, the only time I use the rear rack is when I have a duffel on the back when I'm doing some moto camping and longer trips. But to be honest with you, I don't put a whole lot of weight there, and if I do put more weight on, I transfer it or transverse it across the panniers, and it works out real well. However, I've heard numerous stories. In fact, one of them from a good friend of mine, Farmer Troy, and I encourage you guys to go check out his YouTube channel. But he had a top box on it and apparently had too much weight and it snapped. So what he did is had someone forge a new one. Well, lo and behold, Royal Enfield learned of that, and they've actually beefed up the rear rack, put like a brace on it, and made it a little bit shorter. That way it doesn't stick up as high. Don't forget, it's not too late to get that 30% off all the great Kemimoto heated gear. Gloves, socks, jackets, vests, all that stuff is 30% off with the coupon code RONIN. Make sure you take advantage of it. We've got it running to the end of March. Well, the final thing that they did to change on the 2022 model Himalayan was to shorten up the front crash bars, gas tank protectors, front luggage racks, whatever you want to call it. I know guys hang a lot of stuff from there, and I do as well too. I hang the Hitchcock's bags from it. But what I really like about it is it gives my knees a lot more room. You know, they did it because basically guys like me who's over 6 foot tall, I'm 6'2", when I'd be riding a while, I would kind of slide up and it would bump my knees against those racks, and I would have to push myself back in there, and it got to be a little uncomfortable. And I'm really happy that they did change those. Well, I'm also wondering if I can get them to fit on my bike. That's something I have to ask the dealer, that's for sure. You know, we've got a lot of great episodes coming up in the next several weeks, including one on a question I received from a guy. How do you know how a bike rides if you've never been on one before? Well, I'll tell you, there's a little secret about rake and trail that I'll give you some insight in down the road. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification button, share, and comment. You know, I read all the comments and comment on as many as I possibly can. Until next time, guys, ride safe. Keep her on 2 wheels, baby. And you know what? Get out there and test ride a 2022 Himalayan. You're going to be pleasantly surprised.